Yeah, I was extremely impressed with this camp. I think the thing that motivated me to come to it most was a startup business that I started out just doing the bookkeeping at the start, and kind of was asked some questions about how I could help the business, and it escalated from there. And then the cloud integration kind of consumed me, and then my hunger to learn more about it and I guess find answers to the questions that no one seems to have. And when I came to CloudIntegration.Partners, I seemed to be able to get those answers and get them really quickly without having to go in a million different places. So I know that if I have clients that I can help, I know where I can get the support that I'm looking for.
After today's one, it's given me a bit more clarity around the opportunities that are in app advisory as a service, where I didn't really understand what the scope of app advisory could be. I've got some ideas around, it can be just advisory or implementation. It doesn't have to always be implementing an app.
The App Advisory Camp has filled my head with lots more information, and I have expanded my payments applications from today's camp. I think that's probably the biggest takeaway of what services and everything to do with payment apps from today's camp, definitely.
I think that you really need to find your niche. You can't be on top of absolutely everything, and I think that's the hardest thing, because there are so many apps out there in the marketplace that you like to be able to recommend based on the fact that you have expert knowledge in the area that you're trying to recommend on, and it's obviously not possible to know every single app and the ins and outs of it and the pros and cons of every app. So it's probably looking at certain app areas and then focusing on those couple of apps and looking at comparisons between them, so that you can advise or make recommendations based on your knowledge rather than just guessing out there. But I've also kind of come to realise that you're not going to know everything, and when you're out of your depth, reach out to someone like Cloud Integration Partners, because that's where you'll get the support, and collaborating is the most important thing to help the client out to get the best results.
Well, there's a lot of depth to app advisory with being able to learn a lot of different apps. Or I like the analogy you guys used of the doctor and the GP, and probably harnessing the skill with me and my team of being able to diagnose clients' symptoms of issues, and then applying that to technology and apps, not just necessarily accounting fixes.
Cash flow, day-to-day reduction, and possibly even time management savings, because then they don't need, obviously, maybe a chaser in that monetary area if they're like that chaser or debtor daddy, and also getting payment faster, so cash flow in those businesses to then be able to pay for services like myself that can then expand their businesses too, and they're less stress. They then might be able to celebrate a beer on Friday afternoon.
Different payment gateways is going to be one of the ones that I will really focus on. Even just with online invoicing, putting pinch payments and go cardless into place. I hadn't even considered it previously, but I think if it can cut down debtor days, it's definitely worth having the conversation at least. I think it's starting with the client's business and dissecting it and looking at the pain points to work out what those things are that we need to actually focus on to improve the efficiencies.
So I'm taking the information that I got in particular today around the pricing and packaging and how to match pricing with certain deliverables, and so I'm going to be looking really at that general practice apps and the general ones that really link with accounting, and taking hold of those ones, and then utilising guys like yourself to be able to help me with the operational side of things, because at the moment I just don't have the technical skills with those ones, and that fear of trying to implement something like that on my own is taken away now, because I can go, well, yeah, I can concentrate on payments and cash flow, which is something that becomes natural to me. And I don't have to be fearful when a client does ask about inventory or does ask about FPOS or e-commerce, because I've got some support there in this partnership that's been grown, that I can call out for help and get support.
That they'll see me as a better service provider, like I'm not just pinpointing in one area, like expanding that diversity, and then return, like reducing debtor days, options in payment services, options in cloud integration in their specific industries. So I do think I'm going to open their eyes and open my eyes to what opportunities can come from today, definitely.